Hi all, welcome to CSEC Mathematics with Mr. Charles. Today we are looking at multiplication of algebraic terms. Now remember, when we looked at addition and the subtraction of algebraic terms, we said that in order to add or subtract algebraic terms, they must be like terms. Now that is different from multiplication and division. So when you are multiplying and dividing algebraic terms, they do not need to be like terms. So you're multiplying the coefficient or the constant and the variables as well. Okay, so we have some questions here we have to go through. We have a total of 20 questions, so we will go through all of them. So the first one says 3 times 2x. And the way we do that is that we take the 3 and we multiply it by the 2 and we bring down the x. So 3 times 2 is 6. So we get 6x as our answer. Okay, 6x. For number 2, we have 5y multiplied by negative 3. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And then we bring down the y, negative 15y. Okay. Then number 3 says negative 10x times 3y. Negative 10 times positive 3 is negative 30. And x multiplied by y is xy. So negative 30 xy. Okay, that's our answer there. Right, so those are quite easily done. Let's continue. We have negative 8x times negative 5y. Negative 8 times negative 5 would give us positive 40. So positive 40 xy, because x times y is xy. Remember, a negative number multiplied by a negative number will give us a positive number. So that's our answer here, negative 40x, positive 40 xy. Then we have number 5 involves a fraction, so half multiplied by 12p. This 12p here is the same as 12p over 1. So we can cancel 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 12 is 6. We cannot cancel anymore, so 1 multiplied by 6p is equal to 6p. And 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So we get 6p over 1, which is the same as 6p. And that's our answer there, right? Quite simple. We have here 1 over 9, or 1/9 times negative 36x. This negative 36x is the same, we can put it over 1, negative 36x over 1. Then we cancel 9 into 9, 1. 9 into 36 is 4. So 9 into 36x would be 4x. Or 9 into negative 36x is negative 4x. We multiply our numerator by our numerator. So 1 times negative 4x is negative 4x. Over 1 times 1 is 1. So we get negative 4x over 1, which is negative 4x. Any number divided by 1 is the number itself. So negative 4x is our answer there. Okay, so that was quite easily done. Okay, these were quite easily done. Let's continue. Okay, we have here negative 1/3 x times negative 42y. We already know our answer will be positive because a negative multiplied by a negative will give us a positive. So these two signs would cancel out each other, right? Then we can put this over 1 and cancel 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 42, well, let's see, 3 into 4 is 1, remainder 1, and 3 into 12 is 4. So 3 into 42 is 14. So we can multiply our numerator now. 1 times 14y would give us 14y. And 1 times 1 is 1, so 14y over 1, which is equal to 14y. Okay, our answer. Good? We're going good. Half x multiplied by negative 44x. Okay, this over 1. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 44 is 22. Okay, 2 into 4, 2. 2 into 4, 2. So 1 times negative 22x is negative 22. Negative 22x over 1. So our answer is negative 22x. But not just x, but x squared, because x times x is x squared. So negative 22x squared. That's our answer. Okay, because we have to multiply this x by that x to get x squared. Good? let us move on. We have number 9, 2p times 3q times 5r. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is multiply the coefficients, which is a number before the letter. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. So I get 30, positive 30. Then p times q is pq, and pq times r is pqr. So our answer is 30 pqr. Okay, quite easily done. Okay, quite easily done. Number 10, negative 2x multiplied by negative 5y multiplied by negative 4z. A negative multiplied by a negative is a positive. 2 times 5 is 10, so you get 10. X times y is xy, 10xy times, we bring down the negative 4z or 4z. Okay, then we have a positive, that's positive 10 xy times negative 4z. Positive multiplied by a negative would give us a negative. So we get negative 10 times 4 is 40, negative 40. Xy times z is xyz. So our answer is negative 40 xyz. Okay, good. Number 11, negative 7l times 3n times negative 5m. Negative times positive is negative. Okay, so that's negative 7 times 3 is 21, negative 21. L times n is ln. Okay, and notice I am making my L different to my 1 so that I do not get confused. So negative 21 ln times negative 5m. Now a negative multiplied by a negative is a positive, so we get 21 times 5. 21 times 5, that's 105. So 105, positive 105. ln times m would be lmn, right? And that's our answer there. Good. Number 12, we have 3p times 2p times 4p. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, and 6 times 4 is 24. So I get 24. P times p is p squared, and p squared times p is p cubed. So 24p cubed. Okay, that's our answer there. Okay, these are simple. Okay, let's move on. Now let's move into the more complicated ones. We have 5p squared q times 4pq squared. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply the sign. So positive times positive is positive. Then we multiply the coefficient. 5 times 4 is 20, so that's positive 20. Then p squared times p. Okay, that p is the same as p to the power of 1. So according to the laws of indices, when the base is the same and we are multiplying, we simply add the powers. So p squared multiplied by p to the power of 1 is the same as p to the power of 2 plus 1. Okay, and then the q times q squared. Q is the same as q to the power of 1. So it's the same as q to the power of 1 plus 2. Okay, now we simplify that. We get 20, we bring down the 20. P to the power of 2 plus 1, that's p cubed. Q to the power of 1 plus 2, that is q cubed. Okay, and that's our answer there. Okay, 20p cubed, q cubed. For number 14, positive times positive is positive. 4 times 9 is 36, so we get positive 36. Then we know we would have x in our answer and we would have y in our answer. The powers of x, we have x to the power of 2 or x squared and x cubed. We're multiplying, so we add the powers. So we get 2 plus 3. And then y is y to the power of 1, y squared. So that's 1 plus 2. Okay, so we simplify now. So we get 36x to the power of 2 plus 3. So that's x to the power of 5. Okay, and y to the power of 3. Okay, that's our answer there. 36x to the power of 5, y cubed. Okay, let's move on. Okay. We have negative 9xy cubed times 4x squared y. So negative times positive is negative. So we know our answer will be negative. Then 9 times 4 is 36. Okay. Then x to the power of 1 times x squared. That will give us x to the power of 1 plus 2. We add the power since we are multiplying. And then y cubed times y to the power of 1. Right? Y is the same as y to the power of 1. We have to add the powers as well. So we get 3 plus 1. So simplifying, okay, we get negative 36 x cubed y to the power of 4. Okay. The laws of indices, okay, when you are multiplying and the base is the same, you simply add the powers. Okay, you simply add the powers. When you are dividing and the base is the same, you subtract the powers. Okay, good. Number 16, negative 8x cubed y squared, okay, times negative 3x squared y. So negative times negative, or negative multiplied by negative, is positive, and 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. So we get positive 24. Then we have x cubed times x squared, so that would be x to the power of 3 plus 2. And then we have y squared times y to the power of 1, so that would be y 2 plus 1. Okay, so our answer would be 24, right? We're simplifying, x to the power of 5, y to the power of 3. Okay, so 24 x to the power of 5, y cubed. That's our answer there. Okay, great. Remember, you can pause the video and go back if you want to kind of look back at what was done. Or if you're not understanding as we go along, you can always pause the video and try to conceptualize what we have done so far, or what we are doing. Good. Let's continue. We have number 17, 5x cubed y times 4x squared y times 7xy cubed. So we would get 5 times 4 is 20. Okay. X cubed times x squared is the same as x to the power of 3 plus 2. Y times y would give us y to the power of 1 plus 1. Okay, this is y to the power of 1, y to the power of 1. Okay, times 7xy cubed. So we just bring down that. Good. Let's continue. Let's simplify this part here. So we get that to be 20 x to the power of 5 y squared, and we're going to multiply that by 7xy cubed. Okay, now 20 times 7 is 140. So we get 140 x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 1 is x to the power of 5 plus 1. And then y squared times y cubed is the same as y to the power of 2 plus 5. So we have to simplify that. So we bring down the 140, which we get when we multiply the 20 by the 7. And then x to the power of 5 plus 1 is the same as x to the power of 6. And then y to the power of 2 plus 5 is y to the power of 7. So that's our answer there. X to the power of 6, y to the power of 7. Okay, great. Right, number 18, we have negative 8p squared q times 3p q cubed times negative 9p squared q squared. So negative 8 times positive 3 is negative 24. P squared times p to the power of 1. That will give us p to the power of 2 plus 1. Okay. Right, better than that. 2 plus 1. Good. And then q to the power of 1. This is q. Q is the same as q to the power of 1. So that's q to the power of 1 plus 3. Right, so that's 1 plus 3. And then, so we have to simplify that. Then we bring down this one here. So we get negative 9 p squared q squared. Okay, so that simplifies this part here. So we get this is equal to negative 24 p cubed, because 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, q to the power of 4, because 1 plus 3 is 4. And then we multiply that by negative 9 p squared q squared. Okay, multiply these two terms. Now negative 24 times negative 9, so let me see, that's 9 2's 18, that's 180, 9 4's 36, so let me see, 9 2's, so that's 180 plus 36, 180 plus 36, that's 216. Yeah, 216. Good. That's positive 216. Okay, p to the power of 3 times p squared, so that's p to the power of 3 plus 2. And then you have q to the power of 4 times q squared, that is q to the power of 4 plus 2. Okay, we simplify that and get the same 216 p to the power of 5, because 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, q to the power of 6, because 4 plus 2 is 6. And that's our answer there. Okay, that's our little answer. Number 19. Okay, number 19. So we're at the last two questions. So we have 5m squared n, 5m squared n times negative 3mn times 2m squared n squared. So 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So we get negative 15. M squared times m is m squared, right? 2 plus 1. We have to have 2 plus 1 in the power as a power of m, because we have to add the powers. Okay, this is m to the power of 1, this is n to the power of 1. Alright, so n to the power of 1, 1 plus 1. Alright, n times n is n to the power of 1 plus 1. Okay, then we bring down the times 2m squared n squared. Right, simplify that. M to the power of 2 plus 1 is the same as m cubed, so we get negative 15 m cubed n squared, because 1 plus 1 is 2. Good. Times 2m squared n squared. Now we have to further simplify or further multiply. Negative 15 times positive 2 is negative 30. So get negative 30 m cubed times m squared is m to the power of 3 plus 2. And then n squared times n squared is the same as n to the power of 2 plus 2, according to the law of indices. Okay, negative 30, we keep that, we bring it down. Okay, in our attempt towards final simplification. So negative 30m, 3 plus 2 is 5, so m to the power of 5, n, 2 plus 2 is 4, so that's n to the power of 4. And that's our final answer there. Negative 30m to the power of 5, n to the power of 4. Then for our final question, okay, or question finale, if there is such a thing. Anyway, 2m squared n times negative 3mn times 5mn squared. So let's work out that. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Okay, m squared times m. This m is m to the power of 1. This n is n to the power of 1. Same here, n to the power of 1. This is m to the power of 1. Good. Right, so -6, because 2 times -3 is -6, and then m squared times m to the power of 1 is m to the power of 2 plus 1. And then n to the power of 1 times n to the power of 1 is the same as n to the power of 1 plus 1. Okay, times 5m to the power of 1 n squared. Right, -6 m to the power of 2 plus 1 is the same as -6 m cubed. N to the power of 1 plus 1 is n squared. Multiply that by 5m to the power of 1 n squared. Right, basically what we're doing is, what we have to do here is multiply the coefficient. -6 times +5, that would give us -30, and then we put back the bases m and n, and we add the powers. So the powers of m is 3 and 1, so that's 3 plus 1, and the powers of n are 2 and 2, so 2 plus 2, right? Because we're multiplying. When you're multiplying and the base is the same, the laws of indices says you have to add the powers. Okay, remember that. Make your life easier. So we get, we will simplify this up here. Okay, so we get -30, we bring down that, m to the power of 4, because 3 plus 1 is 4, n to the power of 4, okay, because 2 plus 2 is 4, okay, n to the power of 4. And we could actually simplify that further. Okay, you can leave that as your answer, but according to the law of powers, a squared b squared is the same as ab all squared, so we could write that as -30, okay, mn to the power of 4. Okay, this could also be a form in which you write your answer. Okay, both of them mean the same thing. Okay, both this here and this here is actually the same thing. Okay, so that's it for this video lesson. Today we looked at multiplication of algebraic terms. If you need to look at the video more than once, I know the questions coming to the end was kind of challenging, so if you need to look at the video more than once, please do so. It has been a pleasure. Do enjoy. Thank you.